You do realize he's supposed to prove himself to you, right? He's supposed to show up, lay out his cards, list his assets, pitch his value, and ask to be included in your world, your family, your future, your vision. That's how it's always been, isn't it? Animals do it. Humans used to do it. But somehow, some of you are out here trying to custom build a man to fit into a vision you already decided on. You pick a guy, then you start tailoring reality around him like you're forcing a coat on someone who doesn't even like winter. You picked him, so now he's yours, right? You're not gonna walk away now, God forbid. You'll bend yourself, twist yourself, convince him to stay, and worst of all, you try to turn him into someone he's not, just so he matches this little fantasy you've stitched together in your head. And in doing that, you flip the script. You're no longer the one being pursued, you become the one doing the work. You start shape-shifting to fit his preferences, all while secretly trying to make him fit yours. You think men don't notice that? They do. They're not dumb. They smell neediness like blood in the water. You think that guy who's barely dated in his life can't feel you locking onto him like he's your last hope? You think he doesn't see that you've been waiting for someone, anyone, to show up and rescue your imagination? He sees it, and it's not attractive. Ask yourself, if a guy started mirroring you in 1 week, saying he likes the things you like, even faking it just to win you over, wouldn't you get the ick? Wouldn't you feel like he's trying to sell you on something instead of just being real so you can decide if you want him? And let's say you do choose each other, you're officially a thing. Next mistake. You start acting like his mom, giving him money, making excuses for his behavior, smoothing over red flags like it's your job. You don't set boundaries, you don't say this is not acceptable, instead you rationalize, oh babe, you probably just act this way because of your childhood trauma. No girl. You know what happens when you mess up because of trauma? He doesn't pat your head and say, oh baby. He drags you to the emotional courtroom and demands apologies, explanations, maybe even compensation, forgiveness, conditional, love, transactional. He gets something out of your pain. So why are you the one always trying to understand him? Historically, men have competed for women. They fought, built, they proved themselves to win the hand of the woman from the highest status family. And women? We weren't out here chasing, we were being. We learned our skills, we lived our lives. They came to us, not the other way around. So no, don't feel guilty for turning one guy down and saying yes to another. You're the prize, not the consolation. You don't serve 10 full-course meals on a paper plate just to make it fit. When you shrink yourself to fit into something too small, you spill, you waste, you fade. And baby, when you fade, your energy dies, your magic dies. And for what? A man who didn't even earn the seat? You're the best. The best what exactly? Like, what do you mean by that? Because when you tell a man he's the best, even if he does absolutely nothing else for the rest of his life, no growth, no effort, you've basically handed him a trophy just for showing up. And baby, once a man knows he already has your admiration, why would he try harder? Let me break it down for you. Every single thing a man does, the upgrades, the ambition, the drama, it's all for one thing: to be admired by a woman he values. So when you say you're the best at everything, what you're actually saying is stealing his drive. He's already the best, so why bother improving? Instead, try this. Can you do this for me? And when he does it, you say, you know what, that really helped me. You were super useful. Not perfect, but useful. I could see you doing even better next time. That right there, that's power. That's influence. That's feminine leadership. Now, let's talk about this whole guilt trip women take themselves on. Let's say you meet a guy on a Tuesday. You vibe, exchange numbers, maybe text a little. And then Thursday comes around and a new guy wants to get to know you. And suddenly you're hit with this wave of guilt, like, oh no, is that cheating? Would giving the second guy my number be wrong? Wrong based on what? What kind of sacred contract did you sign with Tuesday dude in the last 48 hours? Like, did he put a ring on your finger while you were asleep or something? That man is nothing to you until he shows up as something. He's not your man. He's not your fiancé. He's not your husband. And even married men cheat on their pregnant wives because they can't have sex with them for a while. And you're out here feeling guilty during the getting to know each other phase. Make it make sense, please. And here's the trap. You laser focus all your emotional energy on one guy too soon. Suddenly you convince yourself this is it. That there is a man shortage, and you just better make do. And that's how you end up stuck with one of those fantasy boys, the ones who are so good at promising, we're gonna get married one day. Just wait, I'm gonna introduce you to my family. We're gonna move abroad together. Meanwhile, it's been 7 years, sis. He still hasn't learned the language. He's still talking about one day. In those 7 years, he could have gotten married 3 times to 3 solid, emotionally available, action-taking men. But instead, you waited on his maybe. You could have get married 3 times. And the cherry on top? That same man who breadcrumbed you for 7 years, he cuts you off and marries someone else in 6 months because he never wanted you. Not because you are not valuable, but because you were too available, too easy, too emotionally invested too soon. Was it unfair? Yes. Was he full of empty promises? Absolutely. But you've got a brain. You've got intuition. So why let yourself be fooled by fantasy? You've got to stop trying to force the outcome. Stop saying, I want this relationship to work no matter what. Think about it this way. If you were job hunting, would you send one resume to one company and just wait? No, you'd apply to multiple places, go through multiple interviews, see who's offering what, and compare the benefits. So why is your love life the only area where you throw logic out of the window? Take a breath, sit back, cross your legs like a queen. You are not too late. You are not behind. Life is happening for you, not to you. A man doesn't make or break your happiness. A good one, he adds to it. A bad one, he wrecks it. And let's say you ended up with a man who doesn't show up emotionally, financially, or physically. And now you have to carry the whole relationship, pay your own bills, do your own self-care, take care of the house, maybe even raise kids on your own. And on top of that, you gotta give up your monthly little rituals, the nails, the lashes, the hair appointments, because he's draining you dry. No, you're not a martyr. You're not a side character. You are the damn main event. You know why this man won't pay for your self-care? Because he expects you to work full-time, get tired, and eventually stop taking care of yourself. That's the trap. That's how you lose. So write it down right now. How are you living without a man? Monthly facials, hair appointments, quality skincare. You treat yourself like a queen. If a relationship drops that standard even a little bit, you already lost. Because when a man likes a woman, he loves spending on her, period. But if a man throws a tantrum every time he does something for you, gets moody, acts like you owe him something, there's a high chance he doesn't even like women. Some of these guys are low-key gay and they don't even know it. Or he's carrying trauma from a woman, his mother, sister, someone who messed him up, and now he dates women just to punish them, to take revenge for pain he never healed. Same way, some women become cold and bitter after a toxic father. Some men grow up hating women altogether. They see a happy, glowing woman and want to break her. Not because she did anything, but because her joy threatens their power. They'll bring you down just to feel like the alpha. But a real man, a man who loves women, he adores giving you pleasure. He gets joy from your joy, and guess what? He feels like a king when he treats you like a queen. So don't act like his servant. You're not his mom, you're not his baby mama, you're a damn queen. Act like it, own it.